Hey guys, Chaos here, and in this video I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I go from $0 to $1,000 days. Alright guys, if you guys can see my screen right here. So yeah guys, what gurus say and what the reality actually is. Okay, so if you guys listen to all the 99% of the gurus out there on the internet, they all say product is key, right? 90% of everything is product, but that's actually far from the truth. So the reality is, after doing like multiple six figures myself and learning from actual mentors that actually do this shit, that are millionaires, eight-figure entrepreneurs, the reality is actually this: 50% is creatives. Product obviously matters, and then also the market, as well as the offer and the store. So product is not actually everything, because with great marketing you can make a mid product work. So marketing plays a huge role, because you can have the best product in the world, but if your marketing sucks, like, how are people gonna see it, right? Obviously the product can carry, but most products out there are just generic, and they are like not a cure for like cancer. You know what I mean? So you get it? So products out there aren't that, crazy or anything. So creatives matters a lot more. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay guys, so in this video I'm going to show you guys the reality and exactly how you can go from $0 to $1,000 days with this. Okay, not what gurus say. Okay, so let's dive in. The first thing that you gotta understand is markets. So here I have already written down some examples of good markets and what to avoid. So let's start with the good ones. The first thing is growing markets. Like, you don't want to be in a declining market. So growing market, for example, PDRN, which is basically this new salmon sperm cream. So basically, it sounds super weird, but PDRN is a growing market. You guys can check it with Google Trends, which is a useful app that I recommend, and also exploding topics. And then big TAM, big total addressable market. Basically, if the product appeals to all kids or pets and etc., big markets, because that's what's gonna unlock the huge scale. Because if you're only gonna sell to a very niche audience, you're gonna have a cap at maybe like 10k days. But if you sell to all kids or pets, then your market is huge, your market cap is huge. And then the permanent desires, these are basically like, for example, health, wealth, and relationships. And you can sell like permanent desires, or desires that no matter like if it's fucking war or anything, it still remains there. You know what I mean? So health, people always wanna have good health, right? That's how you're gonna live longer. And then wealth, people always wanna, have a lot of money, to whether it's status or just taking care of your family and etc., right? So these are the permanent desires that you can sell to. No matter what's going on in the world, you can sell to these desires. And then something with pain, like always sell to, like, if a person has some kind of pain, they want to solve it, right? So let's say it's knee pain or foot pain, whatever pain. Then here are some things that you should avoid. Clothing, because sizing is a fucking mess in the beginning as well. It's very hard to make it work. Just unnecessary headache, I would say. Of course you can make it work, but as a beginner, why would you make your life so hard? Jewelry as well, too many SKUs, basically too many variants. Then sketchy gray zone ones, basically like neuropathy, which I don't recommend because it's kind of like, you know, there's no cure. And then weed as well, like, just stay away from that shit. And also cool gadgets. What I mean by that is basically like fidget spinners and those sort of products, which are cool but they serve no purpose. And then products you can find anywhere, everywhere, basically, like in your local store, don't sell those. Okay, so that's markets. And then second, the product, right? So I'm gonna show you guys the product research methods that I use, and I only use these three. So first of all, Kalo data, which costs money, but you can get it for very cheap from ToolSuite. If you have Discord, just join ToolSuite and you can get it for like $20 per month. For like additionally, you can get like fucking 100 other tools for only like $20. So fucking highly recommend. Not affiliated, but highly recommend ToolSuite, and you can get Kalo data for very cheap. So basically, Kalo data is a place where you can see every single TikTok shop product. You can see how much revenue the product is doing, the top creators for the specific product, and also like the top brands and the launch date of the products and etc. Basically, it has every single, data, which is why it's called kilo data maybe. But kilo data, super good. Here you can find, what I like to do here is to find TikTok shop products that are doing well, doing numbers, but people haven't yet sold it on Meta. So basically that's a good opportunity, because you bring winners from TikTok shop to Meta. That's basically a super good strategy. Can't believe that I leaked that actually. But then TikTok and or Instagram burner method, this is free. Basically what this is that you create a new TikTok or Instagram account and you start searching for dropshipping products. You can search for terms like TikTok made me buy it, and you'll see a lot of dropshipping products. Start liking and watching through like 30 of those videos, and soon you'll see that your FYP is optimized and will only show you products. So you can just endlessly scroll and it will just be products. So that's a free method, which is super good, bro. And then the Facebook ad library reverse method, which is also free. So here basically you search for Facebook ad library. Here I like to do all or just United States. You can search for countries here. Ad category, choose all ads, and then here the trick is to search for dropshipping terms, like terms and words that sellers, dropshippers usually use. It could be buy one get one free or free shipping. Search for free shipping, right? Excuse me for the camera, but I don't know why. Then you start filtering through. So set it to only English. Then media types, I like to do only videos. And then show only active ads and impressions back at least 2 weeks. So it filters, it doesn't show like the last 2 weeks because those are new and not proven. So then you just click apply and you'll see products. Like for example, this Glamnetic e-commerce brand, right? So then you just endlessly scroll and find good products. I'll come back with when I fix my camera. All right guys, we're back with the camera. So basically those 3 product research methods is all you need. Then comes product validations. So basically you use these product research methods and then you validate the products. First of all, non-negotiable, good margins. You gotta have at least 3x markup. So let's say you source a product for $60. Then at least you want to be sourcing it for $20. So your selling price is $60, then your sourcing price must be at least or at the highest $20. Like preferably $20 or less. And this is because you gotta have, of course, profit, right? But you gotta take into account product cost as well as advertising costs. So that's why having at least 3x markup is a must. The higher the better. If you can like mark up 4x or 5x, even better. Then proven concept. What I mean by that is basically that you see that this product is already proven to work for somebody else. So let's say you see that they are selling good and they have many active ads. And another way that you can validate it is by using Shop Hunter. Shop Hunter is basically a place where you can see like estimated how much a store is making. So here I want to see at least 3k USD per day. So if they are selling for more than 3k USD dollars per day, then it's a good sign that they are making a lot of money. So that's what I mean by proven concept. And then open market, basically if let's say this brand is only selling in the USA, then UK, Australia are open markets because they are not selling on in those countries. So it's basically a golden opportunity to just sell the product in the UK or in Australia. So open markets are super huge. Good opportunity. And in terms of numbers or like the things that you want to see is that if you found the product on Kalo data, always check the competition on Meta. So you can use the ad library and then search for the product and see if it's on there. So basically just search it up. And then if you found the product on TikTok or Instagram, when you scroll through your burner, then you want to be looking for comments that are asking where to buy the product, because then it shows a sign of demand, which is basically what we want, right? People that are buying the product. And then if you found the product in ad library, check for open markets, of course, and also Shop Hunter minimum 3k USD per day. And then comes also brand building, of course, because we want to be doing branded dropshipping, which basically is that you start on a dropshipping basis, just using the already existing product, right, on AliExpress that you can source from your agent in China. But then as time goes on, you want to be expanding your brand. What I mean by that is easy product line expansion. So let's say like my mentor Alex Chen, right? He was selling first and foremost like glowing soccer balls, but then he expanded his product line to basketballs, glowing volleyballs, and etc. And another huge one is subscription models, which basically is that supplements, they are great because they have high LTV, high lifetime value. So if you have a subscription model, it's huge. People come back if the product is good, right? So then you don't have to acquire new customers every time. It's just cash flow, especially if the product is good. People will come back. So that are some key points when trying to build a brand. And the third one is basically the store. The store, use Shopify. If you're new, like it's pretty easy to figure out. Just figure it out. They have like a free trial, so super good. And then for the actual like website and the theme, I recommend using Shrine Theme. I'm not affiliated with them whatsoever, but it's simply the best theme, and I use them for every single store. So highly recommend Shrine Theme. They cost like $350, but totally worth it. They have like every single little like feature that you can possibly like think of, and they are great. Shrine Theme, just look it up. The best theme, the highest converting theme. And then use ChatGPT for image generation. If you want to generate, images or upscale images, ChatGPT, great. And then as for the website, just copy your best competitor, really. Just copy what they're doing and improve. And then also copy the offer, see what your top competitor is doing, and also A/B split test offer. So basically, you want to be always A/B split testing your offer and see how you can make it even better, right? So the only way to make it even better is by testing. So always test offer. And then to do it, use Kaching Bundle app, which is basically inside Shopify, the Shopify app store. So this is it, basically. Kaching, super good, easy. It's super easy to A/B split test by using Kaching Bundle app. So after the store comes the meta ads, and creatives are key, basically. Gurus say products is everything, bro, but creatives, bro, that's the key. If you have shitty videos, nobody's gonna watch. Simple as that. I recommend using the meta ads. TikTok ads are inconsistent, so meta ads, the way to go for basically better. It's more stable, scalability part, everything better with meta ads. To start off, I recommend to test at least 10 to 15 creatives in an ASC campaign. Like here, the most important part is actually the creatives, as I said. So don't worry too much about like the structure, like, oh, I should use maybe a CBO campaign and maybe like 10 ad sets. But really, it doesn't matter that much. So I recommend just to use an AAC campaign. Just keep it super simple. AAC campaign, then one ad set, and just put every single ad creative inside that one ad set. That's how I do it, and it works. So 10 to 15 creatives inside an AAC campaign, inside one ad set. And then I like to test it for 3 days and see how it goes. And each day, $100 per day. So you're spending $100 per day, basically, for 3 days, which is basically $300. And the ads, as for the 10 to 15 creatives, I recommend it should include the best ads. Let's say you saw it from Kelu data, then you just take the best ads from those for that product, top engagement usually, and also include a lot of different angles and formats. So I'm talking about like maybe this product can solve plantar fasciitis, which is basically like this, you have very bad foot pain. Plantar fasciitis, let's say your product can target plantar fasciitis, your product can target also some other foot pain, or just good for runners. Boom, you had 3 different angles that you can target. So you should target them and see what works. And then also the formats, I mean like UGC or educational formats or static ads and etc. So test a lot of things because we want to see what works. And after that, you should test 5 new creatives every 3 days based on your market and content research. So put it in the same AAC campaign, just fill it up and that's it. So how do you do market research? Well, by the way, market research is everything, guys. The more you know, the better ads you can make, right? Straightforward. So do market research. You can look at places like Reddit, TikTok comments, niche forums, or even Facebook groups if it makes sense. And then competitor reviews as well as Amazon reviews. Basically every single place where you can find information. You can utilize ChatGPT for this. Yes, I use ChatGPT to, search internet, but yeah, that's for like a separate video because there's so much sauce there, and bro, this shit's gonna take like fucking 2 hours to explain. But if I were to show you guys that, so sorry I can't. But you can use AI to speed up the process and then put everything inside one single Google document, so you have everything there. And as always, you gotta track, bro. If you don't track, you don't know shit. So always track, let's say, the awareness level. If you guys are like complete beginners, like awareness levels, you probably don't know what that is, but no, there are different awareness stages of a customer. So let's say unaware, which is basically the top one and the biggest like percentage of the people. Unaware is basically the person is like uninterested and they don't know much about the situation. And then you have problem aware, which is basically the place where people, they're aware of the problem. Let's say they have back pain, right? They just want to solve the problem, right? So then you have solution aware, which is basically where people, they know they have the problem, but they don't know yet the solution. So then you basically start off the ad with basically like, this shoe helps you against foot pain, right? Then that's a solution aware ad. And then a level below that is basically product aware, which is basically the segment of people that they know the solutions, they know how they work, but now product aware. There are different brands, right? And then the final level, which is basically most aware, people know the products, they know everything, they know the brands, and now they are like the most hot customers, which is basically that they just need a good offer. They just need a good deal, and then they will buy. And that's it. So there are different awareness levels. And then avatar, basically who you're targeting. And then desire, which is basically the desire behind the ad. Like, what do they want? And then the ad type, there are different ad types like iterations, which are basically when you iterate on your winning ad. And then you have also imitations, which are you see an ad that you like and you imitate on it. And then there are also ideations, which are basically when you create an ad from your own research ideas, and that's basically it. And then you also, bro, always complete feedback loops and do learnings on your ads, winning ads, losing ads, do learnings on everything. I recommend to do learnings after like 7 to 10 days after that you have launched ad, so that you keep learning and implement from your learnings to your next ads. Excuse me. So that's basically it. Always track, use Google Sheets for that. And remember, don't spam test, and always test with intent, guys. So with that, I mean that you should test things intentionally. So don't spam test and test bullshit. That's how most people do it, and that's what gurus always tell you to do. So don't listen to a fucking guru. So always test offers and creatives. That's the magic. And after 7 days, if you see no results, I recommend to just test a new product. So always move with speed, as always. So this video, I pretty much covered everything that you need to go from $0 to $1,000 per day. And this is exactly what gurus don't tell you, bro. Markets, products, store, ads, marketing. Always track, do market research. That's it. And rinse and repeat. Alright guys, I hope you guys like this format. I usually don't do this, but I hope you guys like this video. If you guys got any questions, please let me know in the comment section. And also, if you all are interested in the mentorship that I'm in, I basically learned all of this from a genuine mentor called Alex Chen. If you guys don't know him, he basically runs an 8-figure e-commerce brand called Bright Sports, selling glowing soccer balls. So if you want to learn from Alex Chen, you can, comment down below. or I recommend to just DM me on Instagram at digital chaos, and I respond to everyone. So if you're interested in that, let me know. But yeah guys, this is pretty much it, and hope you guys got a ton of value from this.